Shalom, this is the GMS News Flash. What I'm going to start doing from now on, let's see what happens, is get these news articles, and I'm going to call them GMS News Flash. Anyway, this is the first one, and these are going to be quick. This will be similar to a GMS Quick Hit. Anyway, I was doing out there doing runs, and I was listening to CNN on the radio. I don't know if it was CNN or some other radio station news, and they were talking about, I think it was BAI. I believe it was BAI, maybe. Anyway, they were talking about the new thing is now is that younger people from around 30s to 30s and their 40s, if you have coronavirus, and this is actually on the news, that I think that was on CNN, that now they suffering strokes. So they had this expert slash doctor slash scientist, whatever he is, you can look it up, and what I'll probably do is look that up too. But anyway, he said, yeah, there's something in the system, and if you're between the ages of 30 and 40, you can get a stroke from coronavirus. And that's, it was kind of odd. I said, that's a new twist. That was never a symptom of coronavirus, you getting a stroke. So if you catch a stroke, you might be suffering from the coronavirus and didn't know it. Anyway, so what I did was I put in, how did I phrase it? I put in COVID-19, and I put in, I think I put in respirators. Matter of fact, let me go back to it. Let me see what I put in. Okay, all I did was put in COVID-19 New York, and a bunch of articles popped up, and I clicked on it, and it said, and like I said, I was listening to this on the news. I believe it was CNN on XM radio. Anyway, it says it says nearly. They're pushing that sports thing. Anyway, it says this was April 23rd, 2020 year prophecy. It says nearly all.
Numerous other universities and colleges also.
Okay, it says nearly all. That could be 95%. It could be 85%. Nearly all COVID-19 patients put on ventilators in New York's largest health system died, study finds. Now you remember a couple of weeks, maybe about a month ago, 3 weeks, a month ago, the current governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo kept talking about, we need ventilators, we don't have enough ventilators, people are dying, we need more ventilators, we don't have enough ventilators, the federal government got to give us ventilators to save these people. So what came out with all those ventilators, people that were put on ventilators eventually died. And I believe that another expert, there's so much stuff coming out, I can't even keep up with all the names of these doctors and so-called scientists and experts. And when you listen to these different experts, they all have a different story, man. They had just, I believe it was Donald Trump that had fired, his administration had fired this one expert for not agreeing for something that he said that they didn't agree with, and they just fired the guy. And you have scientists slash doctors that are saying, nope, they're going about it all wrong. They should be doing this. There's one doctor that said that putting people on ventilators worsens the matter. So, you go figure. Hey, this right here is a land of confusion, man. This is Babylon. This is Babylon, man. Matter of fact, let me go to leave you with one scripture. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put in the word Babylon. Babylon. And these people claim to be experts, but you have one expert saying the other expert is going off, Anyway, what I did was put in the word Babylon, and I'm going to go to let me go to Nehemiah 13:6. I'm not going to read the scripture. I'm just going to go to the word Babylon. Babylon. Where the hell is it? Okay, here it is. Babylon. Hebrew Babal.
Strong's H894. Babel.
Babel. Babal, which is now what does it mean? It means confusion. Babel or Babylon equals confusion by mixing. This is known as a great melting pot. It says Babel or Babylon, the ancient city and or capital of Babylonia, situated on the Euphrates, which is in Iraq today. But this is why we teach that Babylon is America, that the daughter of Babylon or the city of Babylon or the new Babylon, whatever you want to call it. Babel, it means confusion. So we believe and teach that Babylon is America. So now let's go to the New Testament and see what the word is in the New Testament. Because you hear these different experts, and you have this one expert saying one thing, and then the next day you find out he's got fired. They fired him. They kicked him off his post. There was another situation where Dr. Anthony Fauci, he was anytime there was a briefing with Donald J. Trump, which is supposedly the president of the United States, there was a couple of times, or I know there's one time at least where he wasn't there, and they questioned where's Dr. Fauci, and it's a lot. This is amateur night, man. This is amateur night. You got this guy, Governor Andrew Cuomo, and he's going to go down in history as one of the worst governors of New York State, because he was the one that was screaming, hollering, begging for these respirators to help people. Come to find out that these nearly all COVID-19 patients were put on respirators. So you tell me this is not the land of confusion. Okay, let me go to let me bring this back. Let me bring this back one more time. Okay, Babylon. Let me go to Revelation 18 and 10. That's what popped up. It's important to go into these words, the etymology of these words. All right, Babylon. Okay, Babylon. Let me let you hear it.
Strong's G897. Babylon.
That's the Greek way of saying Babylon. It says root word etymology of Hebrew origins, Babal. Then it says Babylon, confusion. So if you go to the Hebrew, the word is Babal, which means confusion or mixed. And if you go to the Greek in the book of Revelation, the word there is, let me read, let me let you, Babylon in the Greek, which is the Greek way of saying Babal, which is the Hebrew word for confusion or mixed. Now it says here, Babylon, confusion, a very large and famous city, the residence of the Babylonian king, situated on, they talking about ancient Babylon, obviously, on both banks of the Euphrates. Cyrus, or the king of Cyrus, had formerly captured it, but Darius Hystaspes threw down its gates and walls, and Xerxes destroyed the temple of Baalis. And it was Darius, according to the scriptures, that put out the order to kill the king of Babylon. And then what he did was he just made it a province of which came to be the Medo-Persian Empire. At length, the city was reduced to almost a solitude, the population having been drawn off by the neighboring Seleucia, built on the Tigris by Seleucus Nicanor. I'm not going to go all into that. It says that the territory of Babylonia, allegorically, this is what the blue letter says, allegorically of Rome as the most corrupt seat of idolatry and the enemy of Christianity. So what the people at the blue letter is saying, that Babylon, the new Babylon, or the daughter of Babylon, is a Roman Empire, which they're partially right. Babylon is America, which America is the new Rome, which is Rome all over again. You see how much you can find when you go into these words. You just pick out words. Let me try something. Bear with me for a minute. Bear with me for a minute. Let's see what happens here. Okay, this is Acts 7 verse 43. But I thought this would come up in the in the Old Testament. Anyway, it says, "Yeah, ye took up the tabernacle of Molech." This is Stephen cursing out Israel, these Israelites, "and the star of your god Remphan." Now let me see, the star of your god. Let me take the word Remphan, or the star of Remphan. Let me deal with this. Star of Remphan. And what comes up is the so-called Star of David. They're saying that the Star of David, the Shield of David, is the Star of Remphan. That's why we don't wear it. We used to wear it, but we don't anymore. Anyway, back to Acts 7:43. Yeah, ye took up the tabernacle of Molech. In other words, you followed these other gods, and the star of your god Remphan, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon. I will carry you away beyond Babylon. Now the kingdom of Judah was taken down by the Babylonians. So the Lord said He's going to take you beyond Babylon. What's beyond Babylon? Anywhere outside of Babylon. So when you go into the history, we were taken down by the Greeks, then the Romans, and then we fled into the interiors of Africa. Really, we fled all over the place, pursuant to Luke 21 verse 24. But there was a large group of us that fled into the western coast of Africa. That whole coast, going from north to south. So, later in history, we were brought over here to the Americas and other places around the world. So that's beyond Babylon. So we're here now. Anyway, that's where this led me. The word Babylon. This is what I'm going to do now. Let me go to Revelation. Revelation 18. And 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. That now the Babylon that we're currently in is America. Obviously, it says, come out of her, my people, which are the Israelites, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And a plague is found in Zechariah 14 and 12. This shall be the plague that shall smite all the heathen that fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh is going to disappear, their eyes are going to pop out of their holes, their tongue is going to be burnt out of their mouth. That's that radiation. But it says here in the beginning of the Revelation 18 verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Now back in the One West days, the 7 used to teach that we got to leave Babylon, we got to get passports, and we got to hop on planes, and we got to fly to South America. That's not what this is talking about. What's going to happen is this is Matthew's 24th chapter, when the Lord shall cover the earth from one end of heaven to the other with the angels, and we're going to be beamed up out of here. That's what that's talking about. See, America, the land America, Babylon, is nothing but an altar, but an altar of wickedness. So what the Most High is ultimately going to do, the way the Most High is going to take this place out by way of fire, is because that's a sacrifice. That's a burnt sacrifice. The elect will be beamed up out of here, and the Most High is going to cause the lasers from the ships to come out and destroy this place, and the missiles, which that's the Most High's army, his hosts. That's one of his hosts in Joel the 2nd chapter. And the Most High is just going to make this place ultimately into a burnt sacrifice. The biggest burnt sacrifice in the history of the earth. And everybody's the news companies that are located outside of America, that's going to be breaking news. That's going to be breaking news. Anyway, I went from one thing and it's led me to something else. But with that, I'm on to the next one. Shalom.